Welcome to the eXtremeRate YouTube channel. In this video, we will show you how to swap the bottom shell on the DualSense Edge controller. Inside the product box, there are all the replacement parts and needed tools for the replacement process. After confirming we got all the components, let's start the process. First, we need to take apart the Edge controller. Let's start with removing the back buttons. Then put the larch to the side until the cover is released. Remove the cover and put it aside. Next, we need to remove the lower panel. Use the prying tool to pry along the edge from the front to the back. Please be careful and not to hurt yourself when prying the panel. After the panel is unclipped, remove the panel and put it aside. There is the latch part with a tension spring at the bottom of the controller. Grab the plastic part and remove the spring. Next, let's remove the joystick modules. Raise the release lever and the module would slide out of the slot. Just remove and put them aside. Now pry the L1 and R1 buttons and remove them. Then remove the screws on the shoulder buttons. As we can see, there are 9 screws locking the back housing. Now we need to remove all these screws. After the screws are removed, separate and detach the controller housing from the middle. Since the back housing is still hooked to the controller, we can wiggle it to make it release from the controller. Next, let's replace the bottom shell with the one in the kit. First, install the trim bar on the upper part of the housing. Secure the bar by locking the middle screw. After installing the trim bar, we can check from the top to see if this part is correctly installed. Then use the PET sheets in the kit and stick them to the L2 and R2 stop sliders. Slightly bend the sheet and fit it to the correct place. Then bend another sheet and place it on the other side. After the 2 upper sheets are placed, next we need to place the longer sheet on the block of the slider. Take one piece of the sheet and place it on the shell where the notches match each other. and make the end of the longer sheet placed underneath the shorter one. Then slide the sheet and check if it works properly and slide it to the top. Next, take another piece of the longer sheet and place it on the other side where the notches match each other. And make the end of the longer sheet placed underneath the shorter one and slide it to the top. Now slide the L2 and our 2-stop slider to the top. And then install the back housing to the controller. Fit the housing and press to clip in place. Then lock all the screws on the back housing. After all the screws of the back housing are secured, we need to install the latch part to the controller. First, hook one end of the tension spring to the latch bar. Then hook the other end of the spring to the controller and install the whole part to the controller. Slide and check if the latch part works. Now install the lower panel on the controller. Align and fit the panel to the housing and clip it in place. Press all the parts of the panel and make sure it is well clipped. Then put back the front cover. And lock the screws on the shoulder buttons. Install both of the shoulder buttons. And in the last, let's put back the back buttons to finish the installation. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoy the modding journey with eXtremeRate.